Hey everyone, it's Xant. So, just ignore the loud thunderstorm noises outside. New patch dropped, and as always, I'm just going to look at the new content, see what's there. Hopefully before the thunderstorm kicks into full gear, because there's nothing I can do about that. Well, that's how fresh this is, yeah. I didn't, normally we don't have to download any content, so this is actually different. Usually it's just, patch time, you're in, there's new content. At least I don't remember having to download any patches. Maybe I just have a bad memory. You know what, we're gonna go with that. So, I don't really know what to expect from this patch. I don't even know if Mikazuki is gonna be power, speed, or technique. Just complete loss. So, we'll find out. Come on. Finish. You got, nothing left. It's always the last few percent. Every time. Alright. Let's check out the damage. Cool. Okay. Yeah, we get the special missions again. Gusion. Okay. Yeah, so the banner that we were shown, the last video I made, doesn't look like that got added yet, so to be expected. Okay. So a new enemy in my friends list? I should probably worry about that later. Stop your buffering, let's get to the actual content. So, as always, first thing I'm going to do is check out the welfare. Gundam Gusion. What do we got? Okay. Same as everything else? Yep, Vulcan. Okay. Chest. Oh yeah, the Buster Anchor. Point blank. Okay, that's concerning. So it's a physical shot. I guess it's gonna be kind of like a shotgun. Oh wait, what were the power and pierce on that? I did a dumb and forgot to double check. D&B plus. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. The arms. Ooh, okay, we get a free funnel. Okay, I gotta do something about this. And that should alleviate it for now. Okay. Cool. What's in the feet? What kind of firepower oh yeah, the grenades. Cool. Cool. Physical doesn't seem to have a battery size, alright. The Gusion hammer. Okay. That's not too bad, I guess. Shot attack down. Not bad, I guess. And the submachine gun. Okay. So, I don't know if I'd say you want to main this machine, but for sure this would be really nice to just have on your team. Seems to be very defensive based. That last stack kind of gives it away. But the skills and the traits and the parts aren't... they're not really that great. I guess the funnels are nice for the interrupts, but overall, I don't know, I'd say this is kind of an eh. It's not bad. And then we have the emblems. Cool. Okay. So, for a welfare, I'm going to say it's very interesting. Out of all the parts that are here... Actually, let me double check the numbers on D&B. The numbers aren't that great though. And the tags are unique. I'd say probably out of all the parts here, the more interesting ones would be the chest for the Buster Anchor and the arms because funnels are just cool. So, don't really know how to feel about the backpack or the melee weapon. Because the melee weapon's the skill's just not really too useful. In the back, it's just flat damage. And there's a lot better for back pieces. Anyways, I'd put that at an eh. It's not great. It's not bad. Meh. For a welfare, you know, it's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, whoops. I am done. Okay. So up here, the Wing Gundam first. Yep. Get exactly what you'd expect. The self-destruction mechanism in the chest. Okay. Okay, that's unique. I'll give it that. That is one hell of a unique skill, but that's more just like a flexing thing than anything. 90% of your armor. Now that says 2 max armor, not of current armor, so I'm going to assume that if you've taken more than 10% damage, that's going to instantly kill you. So I can't recommend that. The arms have very high melee attack. Wow. And you nuke their melee damage when your armor is taken down. I would get this purely for the stats, frankly. That is some nice statage right there. Actually, on that note, let me double check the head. What were the stats on you, my friend? Ooh, not bad either. Lots of shot attack and okay armor. Okay. Let's check the next one. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting kit. Your long shot attack is raised by 20% as you take damage. Okay. Is this like an enmity kind of gimmick where the lower your HP is, the better it gets? Apparently so. Okay. So that's interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. That's so weird. These traits are just so weird. I like it, but it's weird. Max output. Okay. Ooh. A plus, C minus? That's insane. Normally it's A and then something in the D range. So this is a 10 out of 10 skill right here, guys. Just in terms of the numbers, that's... Ooh. Wow. Okay. And there should be this shield, yeah? Yeah. And shield bash. Probably something typical. Yeah, DB plus. Okay. Oh, and it raises your melee attack as well. So, looking at all the wing parts here, actually, let me double check the stats on the gun here. I forgot to do that, because I am a dumb. 35, okay. So looking at just the items here, just kind of in a vacuum, I'd say they're not amazing. You gotta remember, a lot of the times when we're playing this game, you're not gonna actually have your armor dip below 85-90%. It's really rare, even in the arena. So right now, this is completely just, in general, it's useless. Most of the traits. Unless, of course, you're gimmicking in with this, you know, reduce your armor to 10% kind of stuff, right? Anyways, overall, out of all the parts, the head has a really good shot attack modifier, but obviously because it has the head-mounted machine gun, could have been better off as a trait, but depending on your EX skill count, maybe it's more useful. The numbers on the arms here, 2700, not bad. The trait, though, leaves a lot to be desired. I'd say out of all the parts on the wing, considering the traits, the skills, and just the whole general package, I would 100% say the gun is the best one. Like, that's a really nice skill, because everyone's talking about how last shooting is so good. I haven't seen the numbers, I don't know how much damage this does, but I'd almost be willing to say, you know, this might do the same in terms of just damage output. But because it's probably anyways not a cinematic skill, it might do less because it's more of like an AoE. Something I've noticed is whenever something is AoE, so it doesn't have a cinematic attached and it can hit more than one thing, it's usually heavily reduced, but this should still hit pretty hard with an A+, C-. Yeah. Wow. Okay. The word tags are kind of interesting, long range and transformer. Anyways, I'd say the Buster Rifle is the best pick from that. And of all of them, the rest of the parts are kind of, they're not bad, they're not good. Alright, and how'd you massacre the boy? When armor's 40% or more. See, this is a nice trait, because you're naturally going to have high armor, and you just boost great stuff. This is what you should do. The stats... Okay. Yeah, no, nothing really to complain about the stats on that either. So that's a really nice head. The CIWS, yep, the chest turrets, and that does... Ooh, that doesn't do a debuff. Looks like it's some kind of interrupt stagger. Okay, cool. The numbers, okay, it's quite the beefy chest. At least I'm pretty sure it is. I'd have to grab something to compare it with, but the numbers don't look too bad. Power attribute, strong melee crit boosted by 30. Is this a crit machine? Is that what the gimmick is? Not bad melee attack stats on the arms either. Ooh, this looks familiar. Rapid thrust. Okay, yep. I'm pretty sure the strike had that too in the legs. Yeah, with the anti-armor knives. Okay, cool. Cool. Knives in each hand, A- power, D pierce. Okay, yeah, no. What do we got next? The backpack Excalibur. Squad, ooh, team recovery and beam resist up on top of doing damage. That's not bad, but, and this is kind of the big old but, it goes for a lot of machines. There are so many good back pieces in this game now that you really need to bring something good to the table to kind of take over what's already there, and this is good. I wouldn't say it takes over the really good ones. I'd put this kind of like a, it's not bad, kind of eh. If you get it, good. If you don't, you didn't really lose out that much. That's all I'm saying. Beam rifle. Ooh, okay, that's kind of a low shot attack. You better have a good trait. You don't. Okay. If I were to hazard a guess, it seems to be that this machine does rely on crits. Throw your shield to attack, yeah. Okay. So overall for the impulse, I'd say the head is the best part. Like, if you couldn't tell from my reaction as soon as I saw the trait on it, that's a very nice piece. It gives a very good boost for what it is. It doesn't have stupid fucking Vulcan turrets on it. And the rest of it, though, I don't know. Because the arms, yeah, no, the arms on the other machine had a higher stat value. And yeah. No, I'd say out of this, the head is really nice. Perhaps the leg EX skill if you're a melee build, because physical types are always good. Even, I guess the back piece, again, because it's a physical melee. But there's just better backpacks. So, yeah. So for the Wing Gundam, yeah, I'm gonna say the arms have a really nice trait on them, but you want the gun, just the best part of it. And then for the impulse, you want the head. The rest is, it's not bad. It's not that great. The backpack's kind of neat, but because there's so many better backpacks, it doesn't really matter. Okay. And AI. What do we got here? Mikazuki. Okay, so, whoa. you got... Ooh, melee and shot are pretty high. Wait, that's defender, isn't it? Yeah. I don't... Defender. Man, if only he was like an infighter or something. Okay. Looking at the general stats, it's relatively high for what it is, but defenders naturally kind of focus more on not really abusing offensive related stuff. He does have a higher general stat pool though than other units do, so I'd put him pretty decently high up on the you should probably get him list. Don't go out of your way for it, because he doesn't really specialize in melee or shot, which of course could be a positive, because it means you could put him on whatever you have, because he one size fits all. I just don't like the defender. I really wish he was an infighter. That would have made him just so much better. Oh well. Beggars can't be choosers, right? So, yeah. No, he's pretty good, actually, for a 4-star, yeah. And then Cima... debuff EX up 15%. Oh yeah, I should mention with, before I go into it too much, his trait here requiring the EX, initial charge boost 20%. This can be very useful, but because it's only the initial boost, once you've used your EX skills, his trait just completely disappears at that point. It's not like other ones where it's boosting your shot damage or boosting your EX gain overall or things like that. It's a Hail Mary, you get it at the beginning and that's it. It could really make or break a fight though if you have some really, really powerful EX skills that you need off cooldown. But in general, I don't know how you feel about those traits yourself, but for me, it's all upfront burst, and right now that's not bad, but content down the line, depending on how raids and stuff work, that might be completely worthless. We'll see. But his stats are pretty good, so recommend. Cima, shot, okay, and speed attribute, debuff EX up 15%. So that's interesting, because most, yeah, we do have debuff traits and stuff, but not so many debuff skills per se. At least in it's like a relational thing. We have way more self buffs than we do debuffs. And it's a small effect up even at level 10, 15%. So I don't think it's really, if you like the character, go nuts, nobody's gonna stop you. But she's a defender, she has okay stats because, you know, she's a 3-star. I wouldn't really put much stock into her as a character in the game, meta-wise anyways. You know, meta doesn't matter though, it's so easy right now, we don't have to worry about the meta. Yeah, okay. So Mikazuki, yeah, you know, he's pretty okay, pretty good. Cima, you know, if you like her, you get her. With the Wing Gundam, you want the gun. Yeah. With the Impulse, you want the head. That's pretty much the long and short of this video, looking at everything. Yeah. Interesting traits, though. Like, that's the thing. I don't want to get mad at the traits, like the way the developers did this, even though they inherently make the part, I guess, worse. Because what it does is it shows that they're willing to try out different things to kind of see how it works in the game. And even though, personally, I don't like playing with low armor, because then it comes, if the enemy gets a lucky shot and you're dead or stuff like that, it's neat to see that they're willing to try that kind of stuff out. It just means that there's more, like I've said before, it adds more flexibility to what we do, builds and things like that, because if everything was just constant, the same buffs, the same things, it would get very stale very quickly, because then you're just comparing part numbers at that point. But when you start adding in things with different traits that do different things at that kind of level, you can start bringing up really weird, interesting builds from the depths, and people can really play around with them. So, training mode 1, so we can just play around. Anyways, so that pretty much sums up the video. Not a terrible amount to go over. welfare and all that stuff was shown. Anyways, I'll wrap the video up here. Yeah, I'm not going to do any rolls on this. I don't really have much of a vested interest in either machine, really. Oh, something I should point out, just so people don't feel stressed to roll, and I'll also touch on this as well in the video I plan on doing later, about how I have so many Haro chips. So this is the event shop for the event we just had. So all I had was the Hyakushiki for my, I used this, but I had the tall geese from the last event, Gunpla list. I was using the thick goose the whole time. Anyways, so the reason I'm showing this here, when I go to the shop and I show you this in the golden coin, I got 1 head, 1 chest, 5 arm pieces, because out of all of them I wanted to get the arms for this new event because welfare boost, and then 1 of all the other parts. I got the purple chip for parts, and I got most of the emblems. Why am I showing you this? All I'm trying to say is, even with just a 2x multiplier, as long as you use your energy effectively, you are able to get the purple chip, you are able to get the parts, and if you wanted, if I didn't buy the emblems, I could have easily gotten my hands on enough copies to get EX6 on everything. So pretty much, if you don't want to roll, don't feel pressured to. You don't need to unless you want to clear out the shop, unless you want to get all the emblems and everything. Anyways, like I said, I'll touch on more on this in the Haro chip video I plan on doing. It'll probably be a more general video, talk about Haro chips, energy, things like that. Anyways, I'll stop wasting your time. I'll wrap it up here. Peace out. See you in the next one.